Okay, so let's repeat one more time. Okay, reaction by rejection. It is one of the 4 phases inside the SDE. What is the relation between SDE? For the next SOP is to identify the SGB. Okay, right before the signal of phase 4 for phase 3, there will be a reaction by rejection. Okay, reaction by rejection, not rejection by rejection. Okay, it's reaction by rejection. Okay, so for phase 3, reaction by rejection. And then phase 4, there will be a signal. After all the 4 phases complete, then you can identify the SGB. Okay, so for SGB, SGB always can be identified after the all 4 phases are complete. Okay, the 4 phases for the SDE. Then the most important thing to identify the SGB is always the phase 3, the reaction by rejection, because above the reaction by rejection, it will be the location of the SGB. What is SGB? Is where the true supply, the real supply, a decision point that you are going to look for to do your entry. Either you are going to instant sell or you are going to do a buy limit. Okay? So, on reaction by rejection, for tonight, I'm going to the revision on how to identify the reaction by rejection easily. Okay, so remember, the phase 1, the price must come from the RBR. And then there is no new higher high. And then for phase 3, it will be always the reaction by rejection. And then the final phase, it will be the signal. The reaction by rejection is coming from the P1. Remember that, sirs and ma'am. You have to ensure, you have to see the reaction by rejection is coming from the RBR, the phase 1 here. As you learn on day 2 on supply and demand, whenever the price reach to the supply area, it will give reaction. It will going down. Same goes to whenever the price reach to the demand area, when the price went to the best, and then it will fly. So this is the norm. This is the norm. This is the most basic thing. You are going to sell only whenever the price reach to the supply area. You are going to buy only once the price reach to the demand area. The question is, which supply and which demand that you are going to do your entry? The answer is the true supply, the true demand is always be located above the SDE, which is the SGB. To identify the SGB, you have to successfully identify all the 4 phases, especially the reaction by rejection. The key to identify the reaction by rejection is by looking from the phase 1. Okay, you have to look to your left. Okay, you have to ensure yourself there is a RBR in a P1. And then if there is a RBR and then you look to the right again, you have to see if there is a reaction by rejection. What do I mean by reaction by rejection? The price will create a reaction, something like this. The price play along on the same area multiple times. Okay, it has to be minimum at least 2 reaction by rejection. The more reaction by rejection, the better the price is. But this is Forex. There is no specific numbers. There is no 100% guarantee profit. But remember, with the right knowledge, you may minimize your risk and maximize your profit. It starts with learning how to identify the reaction by rejection. Okay, so what is the idea behind the reaction by rejection? The reaction by rejection, why there is a reaction by rejection? It is because of the price fell to create new higher high. It doesn't want to go much more higher, and it keep on breaking the demand area. Okay, so this is the demand area. The demand. The price keep on cracking this demand area until it engulf, until it break this demand. This is the reaction by rejection. A very good demand, a very good supply, it will only take one time of reaction only. So this is a very good supply area. Once the price reached to the supply area and then it went down. When the price reached to the demand area and it went up. Usually, this price only happen inside the SGB. Among all the supply and demand inside Forex, the only a very good supply, a very good demand that give you reaction, a one-time reaction only, and then follow the market structure, it will be inside the SGB. But nonetheless, outside the SGB, this is what happened. The price will disrespect. Okay, I call it disrespect. It does not respect the demand. It keep on hitting the demand, keep on hitting multiple times, and then at one time it went down and finally engulfed the demand. Okay, so let's have a look. Example here. There is a reaction by rejection here. Okay, this is how I identify the reaction by rejection. By just looking at least 2 reaction by rejection. And there is at least 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 reaction by rejection. And then when I look to the left, there is a phase 1 here. This is my style of looking the STE. I start with reaction by rejection first. But you may start also from the phase 1. This is just my skill. This is just my technique. I start with looking at reaction by rejection. And then I will look to the left. Yes, the price is coming from RBR. Therefore, there is a phase 1 there. And then there is a phase 2 here. and then there is a signal. That's it. The SDE has been complete. Okay, and above the SDE, there will be the SGB. Look at that. Look at how the price went down after it reached to a decision point inside the SGB. 160 pips. And only less than 2 pips of floating. That is very sharp. Very easy. Okay? So, let's have a look. Let's create on gold. Okay. So, for those who saw my entry, this is what I did. It could be 2RFL, which you haven't learned yet, or it could be the SSE. Remember the market structure. By looking the market structure itself, it's still on the rally phase. So, in my mind, I'm going to look for buy only. I won't kill myself. I won't take a risk. So, I'm going to wait for buy only. And then, there is a SSE happen. Okay? So, here, there is a SSE here. There is a reaction by rejection. Look at that. A very good reaction by rejection. And then when I look to the left, there is a price that coming from the DBD. This is for the phase 1 here. And of course, there is a phase 2 here. And then below the SSE, there is SGB. And then there is a hidden base. I don't want to draw it because I'm online. I'm on live on IG now. I don't want to share anything. I don't want to share everything. Okay? So when the price reached to the hidden base inside the SGB, and then the price went up. It went up very heavily. It's already 254 pips. Okay? So, I already take profit, sirs and ma'am. So, this is my entry on gold. Okay, very easy, very straightforward. Rally phase, and then I entry on the SSE. It could be SSE, it could be 2RFL, but this is more into 2RFL. You're gonna learn this next time, but you can use the SSE also. Okay, look at that. There is a phase 4 also here. The signal. This is very important, sirs and ma'am. Remember? By looking only reaction by rejection, it will help you. Start with that. Okay, this is just my technique. This is my skill how to identify the SSE or the SDE. I start with phase 3 only. I start with phase 3 first, and then I will look to the left to ensure the price must coming from the phase 1. Okay, so let's have a look on another example. Coba melempar manggis ku lempar, mengaku dapat. Ku coba melamar gadis. Okay, so look at here. There is a reaction by rejection here. But when you look to the left, the RBR is not clear enough. But by start with the reaction by rejection, you can see there is a lot of rejection there. What you can do from this scenario, you can change onto a multi-time frame. you can always go to a lower time frame. Yes, there is a RBR there. There is a hidden best there, a decision point. Yes, the price is coming from the phase 1. I don't want to go to M5. You can check by yourself. I'm sure there is a clear RBR there. But I will just stop from here because there is a supply area there. Here. A very good supply. A very good RBR. Okay? So, look at that. Very easy how to identify the reaction by rejection by looking only at a very significant reaction by rejection, and then you can look to the left and then you can identify and ensure yourself that the price is coming from the RBR. Okay? Then you can look how the price react. Very, very easy. Okay, by the way, you're going to learn on week to week. This is the significant SDE, but there is another week to week here. And then you can take a very sharp entry after you learn the week to week lesson. At this moment, you are going to learn the reaction by rejection first. Okay? Again, one last example. I need to watch Netflix after this. Okay, very easy. Again, where is the significant SDE? Actually, there is a lot of SDE, but for study purposes, I'm going to show you a very significant one only. Okay, so there is a SDE here. How do I know there is SDE? Because of there is a reaction by rejection there. As you can see here, there is a reaction by rejection. And then when you look to the left, yes, there is a phase 1 here. And then when you look above again, there is no new higher high. Remember, sirs and ma'am? Okay? Above, there will be the SGB. Inside the SGB, you are going to look for a decision point. Look at how the price reached to the SGB area, and then the price went down heavily. Very easy, very straightforward. Okay? Do not make things complicated. I already simplified. I already create a very simple technique, a very simple SOP for you guys and for me to be able to trade easily. Okay, so that is reaction by rejections. Okay, sirs and ma'am? Okay, so I think that's all. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you learned a lot. Okay, very easy, very simple. Okay, so that's all. I do hope you enjoy the class. I do hope you be able to take the most important point for tonight. Even though it's a very short and sharp class, but I think it's good. Yeah, okay. So, anything else for me? Sirs and ma'am? Come on. So, I think that's all. I need to watch Netflix now. It's my Netflix time. So, see you on Friday for the next class on the first PA, which is 3 days.